In the most silent places on Earth, the desert sometimes refuses to stay quiet. Instead of emptiness, the sand itself begins to sing. The sound is deep, resonant, and impossible to ignore. It can roll like thunder across the dunes, or hum like a giant invisible organ hidden beneath the ground. For centuries, travelers have spoken of deserts that rumble with a voice all their own. This strange phenomenon is known as the singing sands. The singing sands were first described by explorers of the ancient Silk Road. Marco Polo wrote of the Gobi Desert, where dunes groaned and roared like distant drums. Arabian travelers spoke of dunes in the Sahara that echoed like vast choirs. In Persia, the sands were said to carry the voices of jinn, whispering warnings to those who dared to cross. Chinese chronicles described deserts that could terrify entire caravans with their low, rumbling cries. Some legends imagine the sounds as the spirits of the dead lost beneath the shifting dunes. Others believed it was the desert itself, alive, restless, and unwilling to stay silent. However, not every desert sings. But in a handful of places, the sands come alive. The Gobi Desert of Mongolia is famous for its thunderous dunes. In the Sahara, travelers near Morocco and Libya report booming avalanches. Chile's Atacama Desert has dunes that sing in multiple tones at once. The Mojave Desert in California produces sounds so loud they can shake the air like an approaching storm. And on the coasts of Scotland and Japan, smaller beaches of special sand can squeak or hum when disturbed. Each of these places has its own unique voice, shaped by local conditions. Together they form a global orchestra hidden in the world's deserts. When the sands sing, the experience is unforgettable. The sound can last for minutes as the dune settles. Sometimes it is a low, steady rumble like thunder. Other times it is higher, like the drone of distant instruments. Travelers describe the earth itself vibrating beneath their feet. The sound can carry for miles, echoing across valleys and ridges. Standing in the middle of a singing dune, the sensation is both beautiful and unsettling. It feels like listening to the heartbeat of the desert. What causes the sands to sing? Modern science points to the grains themselves. Singing sands are made of unusually round and uniform particles, often pure quartz. When thousands of grains move together, they begin to rub and slide in unison. This synchronized vibration produces a single resonant frequency, a musical note generated by the earth. The sound is amplified when avalanches of sand cascade down steep dunes. The sliding motion forces millions of grains into harmony. The dune becomes one giant instrument vibrating as a whole. Different dunes create different pitches depending on grain size, moisture, and slope. Some are low and booming, others are high and shrill. Each dune has its own distinct song. To study this phenomenon, scientists have gone into the deserts themselves. In Morocco, teams triggered the sound by marching across dunes in unison. In Chile, researchers recorded avalanches that produced multiple tones at once, like a natural chord. In the Mojave Desert, scientists slid down the face of a dune, using their own bodies to set it vibrating. The booming note that followed could be heard for nearly 5 minutes. Back in the laboratory, jars of singing sand samples squeaked and hummed when shaken. Even small amounts of sand carried the same secret voice. But only when combined in massive dunes did the sound swell into its full, haunting power. Not all dunes sing, even when made of similar sand. The conditions must be just right. The grains must be smooth, clean, and uniform. There must be little or no moisture binding them together. And the slope must allow large movements of sand to cascade freely. Even then, the same dune may sing one day and fall silent the next. Changes in wind, humidity, or even temperature can silence the song. This unpredictability only adds to the mystery. The desert decides when to raise its voice. For centuries, people have looked for meaning in the singing sands. Some saw it as a warning to respect the desert, others heard it as a divine voice, echoing through creation. Today, scientists hear it as a fascinating natural phenomenon. But even with modern explanations, the mystery remains intact. Standing before a dune that hums like a living instrument is an experience that science alone cannot capture. It reminds us that the earth itself has music, waiting for those who listen. The singing sands are proof that even in the most barren landscapes, there is beauty, mystery, and wonder. So what do you think? Are the singing sands just physics at work, or is there something deeper in the desert's hidden music? Let us know in the comments. And remember, knowledge doesn't stop at 60 seconds.
Thanks for watching. This is 60-second knowledge now extended. because curiosity doesn't stop at 60 seconds. Subscribe on YouTube and follow us on TikTok.